Is pesto a vegetable?
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
I'm Dr. Brooke, and this is Cook with Dr. Brooke, where we talk about the connection between nutrition and mental health outcomes with a board-certified psychiatrist. And I talk about vegetables a lot because we know that they're very important for our physical and for our mental health, and we know that most Americans are not getting enough of them. So lately we've been trying to come up with creative ways and ideas to get more veggies in your diets. And would I count pesto as a vegetable? Well, first let's talk about what pesto actually is, because it's actually a category of sauces and condiments. Often this green one people think of, which includes basil, there's arugula pesto, there's sun-dried tomato pesto. I used to work at a coffee shop where we made these sandwiches with like a roasted red pepper walnut pesto. Absolutely delicious. But I think what you're asking about is the green pesto that's most commonly available at the grocery store, that's the most recognizable, is kind of the basil pesto. This is typically going to include basil, which is an herb. It's a leafy green. It's also going to include olive oil, it's going to include pine nuts, it's going to include salt, sometimes garlic and lemon juice, sometimes there's cheese in here as well. And so by volume, a lot of this is a green plant, is going to be basil or is going to be some other leafy green, but a lot of it is going to be other stuff too. So I wouldn't necessarily count this as a vegetable because one, it's maybe 50% like vegetable, and then the other 50% is going to be the oil, the nuts, and all the other tasty good stuff. But also because pesto is so flavorful, you're usually not eating a ton of it. I mean, I might put like a tablespoon on a sandwich, or I might spread a thin layer on pizza that I'm making. This whole thing is going to be a whole pot of pasta. So a little goes a long way. So yes, there's vegetables in it. Yes, there's plant products in it, but I wouldn't necessarily say it counts as a serving of vegetables, if that makes sense. However, I do still want you to eat this a lot because all those other things that I said, the olive oil, the nuts, those are all very important in a brain healthy diet. The most evidence-based diet for positive mental health outcomes is actually the Mediterranean diet, which focuses on getting in olive oil and healthy fats. It focuses on getting in nuts and seeds. So lots of different pestos can still be really important in a brain healthy diet. I just wouldn't necessarily like in your head count them as a serving of vegetables. They're great on vegetables. They have healthy ingredients in them. They're really good for you in their own right. But no, unfortunately, I wouldn't count them in this veggie category.